My earliest memory of attending church was Mothering Sunday when I was about 4. My mother made a posy of flowers, and I remember it included lavender from our garden. During the service at St Philip's and St Heliers, I presented her with the blessed posy. I'm pretty certain it was the old church opposite or diagonally across the road from the current one. Today is Mothering Sunday, the fourth Sunday of Lent. Our Lenten journey is nearly over. We've just had a very short but powerful gospel. I'm just going to give a little history on Mothering Sunday. Most Sundays in the year, churchgoers in England worshipped at their nearest parish or daughter church. Centuries ago, it was considered important for people to return to their home or mother church once a year. So each year in the middle of Lent, everyone would visit their mother church, the main church or cathedral of the area. Inevitably, the return to the mother church became an occasion for family reunions, where children who were working away returned home. It was quite common at that time for children to leave home at about 10. And most historians think that it was the return to the mother church which led to the tradition of children, particularly those working as domestic servants or apprentices, being given the day off to visit their mother and family. As they walked along the country lanes, children would pick wildflowers or violets to take to church and give to their mothers as a small gift, hence the tradition of the posy. There is a special food item which I did not make, which is the seminal cake. Sorry guys, that is quite beyond me. He's not the Messiah, he's just a naughty boy. These words from the life of Brian seem very inappropriate for this gospel, however they do come to mind. Being a mother of 2 sons, I am only too aware of the challenges of being a mother. There's often joy and pleasure, but there is an enormous amount of angst. Poor Mary had a difficult life from the moment she knew she was with child. Jesus' birth in a manger, followed by Herod's attempt to take his life, their flight to Egypt, then return to Nazareth. Bringing up Jesus was challenging because he was challenging. He went missing in the temple, and the story continues to the finality of our 2-verse gospel today. None of the other gospels have this story. By the time it happens, Jesus has been flogged, had a crown of thorns put on his head, been mocked, struck on the face, stripped of his clothes, and nailed to the cross. He is at the point of maximum humiliation and pain. His mother is never named by John, and both her appearances in his gospel, here at the end of Jesus' ministry and at the very beginning, when he turns water into wine in a wedding at Cana, she is simply called woman. The beloved disciple is also never named, appears at crucial moments, reclining next to Jesus at the Last Supper, and here at the crucifixion. Perhaps omitting names lets us all identify with both of them. That would fit with one reading of this passage, that this points to the essence of Christian community. It springs from Jesus laying down his life for his friends. It is directly related to Jesus and mutual love. Jesus brings together diverse people, women and men, older and younger, blood relatives and others. Jesus shares his identity and his love with the utmost with his community. New relationships are created. The disciple becomes the brother of Jesus and even substitutes for him. Here is your son. And the woman has her role and household transformed. Here is your mother. They respond to his call to share life together. This might be seen as the hidden church of ordinary living and loving that abides until I come, which is at the heart of the more public church associated with Peter's leadership and martyrdom. And from that hour, the disciple took her into his home. In this gospel, Jesus' hour is the climatic moment, the time of his death, when he loved his own to the end. His mother and the beloved disciple are utterly his own, and as he dies, in order to draw all people to myself, this family transcending family is thrown open to all. Over the last few weeks, in my role at the mission, I have had a number of whānau pass away, some with their extended whānau, others with no connection at all. And it is so very sad that by absolute chance, the extended whānau find out that the person has passed, and it all gets very complicated. So please make sure you have a will or at least an advance care plan. Last Thursday, I sat with the tāne that I had worked with for many, many years. Wolf and I both worked with him. He could be a delight and an absolute nightmare. But it was an honour to sit with him and hold his hand as he passed. He had recently connected with his two sons, but they were in Napier and unable to come up. Interesting, that day I had two other whānau who were at end of life at Auckland City Hospital. It was quite a busy day. Homeground and our other residential sites offer community connections that whānau have not previously had. They have support workers who actively reconnect whānau to their cultural connections when they are in the right space. This takes time and courage, and on occasion, reconnection is not made. Nevertheless, they are now in a community of caring, empathy, and hope. In Homeground, our whānau, who have been disappointments to often their families, have none of the marks of success of our society: wealth, power, beauty, health, education, fame, and have been humiliated in many ways. They become the centre of a community of respect, celebration, and love. Perhaps the deepest secret of any really good family, group, community, or society is that the little ones are made central, and they and all the rest use their gifts to create a community. We are developing rituals for our community, such as our wahine kai on a Tuesday evening, shared lunch on level 9 every Tuesday, and waiata each Wednesday morning. My dream is to see haiata used every afternoon to connect community, especially older people isolated in all our city apartments, with Homeground. On this Mothering Sunday, we remember our mothers and those who cared for us, and remember Mary, our mother who loved and was loved by Jesus. Amen.